Welcome back to the Legion Post number 10, folks. We're live in Riverside, Rhode Island, as Devil's Night 2022 continues on. We've got more singles competition. He is the cruisiest of all Chris's. No, jokes aside, this guy, you know, he comes out to the ring with an air of confidence because he's traveled many roads here, Bobby boy. He has been a competitor throughout the region for a long time. He's got a veteran status for being at the young age of only 33 years old.
And tonight he ends up at Devil's Night, taking on Frank the Crank, baby. I heard he's here to crank it up tonight, Bobby.
You heard right, and you are on point, my friend. That is exactly what you're going to see. Frank the Crank was an RWA standout from the time period of 2013 to 2017. We've seen him take on some other endeavors throughout the years, but ever since making a priority out of his health, he's dropped quite a bit of weight, and, well, he wants to compete again. The door is open, and it is great to see him back in action.
Well, let's see if there's any ring rust here heading into this bout once again against Chris Cruz, your referee. In charge of this one is Nick Knox. I think Riverside's excited to see the return of the Crank.
We can hear the conversation taking place between people. Oh, who is this guy? How far back does he go? Not everyone here is very familiar with Frank the Crank, but Chris Cruz is. Chris Cruz, as wily of a character as he may be, he does his homework.
Already a little frustration setting in on Chris Cruz's part.
Ooh. Big knee to the stomach.
Ooh.
One hell of a forearm. Frank the Crank.
Backs him into the ropes there. Shoots him up. Nope, look at this. Crank able to reverse it. Delivers a chop across the chest. Turn him into Hamburg, no?
Eesh. A collapsing thud across the sternum of Chris Cruz. Pair of reversals, and Frank the Crank continues to dish out the punishment.
And you see how he's using that height advantage as well, turning it into some leverage, and again, using it against Cruz, and now basically manhandling him, tossing him to the other side of the ring, lining him up. Let's see what he's going to follow up with.
Big body splash sends Cruz into the shallow end of the pool. He's got him up on his shoulders, does Frankie boy.
Shallow end, water up to his waist, big slam.
Frank the Crank means business, and he's been on one hell of a tear so far. This contest just 3 minutes underway, and I haven't seen a whole lot of offense out of Chris Cruz, to be honest with you. Ooh! I sit corrected. Chris Cruz innovates. Somewhat of a last-ditch effort, if you ask me.
Oh, no.
Two for good measure as he pulls down that rope and sends Frank into the linoleum.
The bar patrons underneath us are probably wondering what's going on, you know?
They're drinking, Bob. They don't care about anything anymore. They've lost all hope in the world. That's why they drink in the basement of the...
Oh, man! You hear this right now? Right in front of us, Bobby.
I'm trying to tune it out. It's kind of sickening, to be honest with you. Hearing all that clasping, it's just, eesh.
Clasping,
Salt on the senses, Bob.
Get him back in there. Oh!
Cruz with a leaping elbow. He got a lot of height on that. With height creates velocity.
Short elbow delivered there. Caught him right with a tip there, too.
Cruz off the rope, slides underneath the legs of Frank the Crank. Beautiful drop kick. Sends his adversary right to the canvas.
I don't think we have too many Chris Cruz fans here tonight.
No, we don't. And I mean,
firmly behind the Crank.
I mean, I get it. I understand. You know, Chris Cruz is just, there's something off about the guy, you know? He's not everyone's cup of tea.
The kids love the Crank in this place, huh?
They certainly do. That's because Frank, there's just, I don't know, there's an endearing quality about the guy.
Nothing endearing about what's going on right now in the ring, though, that's for sure. Ooh!
Frank the Crank has not shown signs of turning this around. He's got to figure out something soon.
I mean, do you think he's displaying any ring rust from what you're seeing, or what?
Well, I mean, it seems as if he's showing a lack of instincts. He's letting himself get into these pickles, if you will, but he's wise enough to use what his mama gave him. He's got that size, and he's backed Cruz into the ropes. An attempt to break the hold, but he's got to create some more distance because here we go again.
Looking to put him out. You see that firmly locked in right there, and Nick Knox is right there to make the call. Should Cruz be able to set it? But no, wait a minute, releases the hold there, losing the grip a little bit. See our camera right in the action right now.
Shots to the midsection, does just that. It breaks that hold, Bobby boy. And Frank the Crank, after Cruz plays a little bit of possum, eats that second buckle.
Looking to buy that 5 seconds, driving that boot into the face against the buckle. Certainly can't feel good.
The hell's he got in mind here?
I don't know. Craig's going to find his way out of this, though.
It looks as if he's got somewhat of a modified sleeper, trying to add some extra weight to the hold as he's sitting on the back of Frank the Crank.
There's only so long that the Crank. Hey, see, he's dropping right now. He's going to the knee, Rossi.
Frank is trying to keep his hopes alive of winning this contest. Oh, look at this. Both men ass over tea kettle. Both men up to a vertical base. Chris Cruz stops the boot attempt.
Oh! Right across the kisser.
Oh my God, a roundhouse kick. Could that be enough to seal the deal? No! Nick Knox says this match will continue.
Certainly a clash of styles here between these two. Frank back to his feet.
He's got him goozled up. Oh!
Ooh.
Cruz breaks the hold.
Different plans, said
Yeah.
Chris Cruz.
Up off the ropes. Frank's got him again.
Oh, yeah, this
and
time.
Gets up with the Cranky Yanka. Cover here.
It's gonna be it, baby. 3.
The size differential between Frank the Crank and Chris Cruz was not something that really paid off until the later phases of this matchup. Chris Cruz seemed to have an answer for just about everything that Frank brought to the table. But Frank, also having that warrior spirit, found a way and took it straight to the former Triple Crown champion, and Chris Cruz. Big ups to the big man, Frank the Crank. Ladies and gents, that is just our third match, and we've got a lot more on tap for you. So don't you go anywhere. We'll see you as Devil's Night 2022 continues.